In the late October sunshine, we welcome you to the regular season finale in MAC Women's Soccer on BCSN. The Battle of I-75, Toledo and Bowling Green here at Scott Park. BCSN in high definition is presented by Dave White Chevrolet. The place to go is Alexis and Monroe. Dave White Chevrolet. Welcome pitchside, everybody. Mason Lowry with you alongside Francis Stevens. It is great to have you with us. You know, these two teams played at the end of last season with neither team getting into the MAC tournament. Well, fast forward to this year, Bowling Green is short of a first-round home game. Toledo needs a win today to clinch a first-round home game. Really a testament to the job that these two coaching staffs have done getting things turned around.
Well, I tell you what. We saw that last night over at Sylvania Southview with some rivals in Northview and St. Francis you had to call with. Tonight's going to be the same exact thing. A lot of emotion, a lot of things on the line. Matt Fain in his first year coming in after replacing Lindsay Basilica has done a fantastic job to keep this team going the right way. And what TJ Buchholz has done here, 2011, the last time this team has been in the MAC tournament. They win tonight. They get to host a first-round MAC tournament, be a 3 seed, have a potential chance to get to a MAC final. How awesome is that? It's been great to see it come through the progression between both these teams. It's going to be a great match tonight.
Well, it's hard to believe that Isa Echeverry's time at Toledo is almost at an end. The Colombian international has given everything to this program. She really is the player that makes this Rocket midfield tick.
Yeah, she definitely does because she's got such great vision. She knows how to break the line. She finds players in space, but she is also just a ball hawk in the air, being able to go and be so dominant in the air, both on set pieces, but anything else around the middle of the pitch. She has that great IQ. When you play in the Olympics and you play in World Cups, you bring that level back to collegiate soccer. That's what she's been able to do, and I think she's going to be the key catalyst for this Rockets team to get going against a very athletic Bowling Green side.
Well, the Falcons have been flying high all season long. They're the top scoring side in the Mid-American Conference, and in Skylar Fleek, they have one of the league's truly elite goal scorers.
And originally, she's a wing player. Play on the wing. They moved her up to that number 9 position. She's been absolutely fantastic and really do a lot of things with her back to goal, being able to get out wide in space and run at players too. She's definitely going to be a big problem for this Rockets back 5 because she can find ways to kind of just train all over the place. But the biggest thing is, can she find ways to break that down? Because Chiara Paradiso is a stud back there. This is going to be a great game, very high octane. Hope we see a lot of goals tonight.
Settle in for a great afternoon of MAC Soccer on BCSN. Toledo and Bowling Green coming up next. Back here at Scott Park for the Battle of I-75, the I-75 Derby, if you will, Toledo and Bowling Green. The Rockets won this fixture by 2-1 last year. Goals from Brooke Maletic and Kirsten Johnson. Maddie Schupbach scoring the only goal for Bowling Green. This has been a rivalry dominated by the Rockets. The Falcons last won in 2007. Since then, 8 defeats, 2 ties. They've been outscored 15-4. But as we talked about in the open, this is a new Falcon program with new enthusiasm, new excitement. Matt Fannin has really done a terrific job.
Yeah, he's absolutely done a really good job. And to be honest, he'll even tell you that. When you're just talking with him about it, he knew he came into a program that was kind of on the uprise a little bit last year. Had a really good season. This year, have a lot of really good, experienced, seasoned players, and got ourselves here trying to fill some gaps here on the field.
The divot patrol is out. Pitch, divots aside, is in terrific shape, as it always is. It's the nicest grass field in the area.
I would say this, and then Sylvania Southview. 2 great fields. Sylvania Southview, high school pitch, excellent for condition, really held up last night with 2 games on it. And you'll get a chance to call a Sylvania Derby at 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon and miss the Ohio State-Penn State game, which no one really cares about. Michigan, irrelevant in either one of them. So, but this is going to be a great game. Obviously, both these teams in the contrast. This team going to come out in a 3-5-2. Toledo come out in that 5-3-2 they've been playing all year, and we're on the way here.
The game is on. Toledo in their yellow shirts with white shorts and socks. Bowling Green in the checkerboard orange and white. This is Maddie Schupbach running at the Toledo back line. Able to get around Cara Paradiso, trying to play it through. It's hacked away by Alexis Burdick, the Rocket left back. Jennifer Reyes got a touch for Bowling Green, and it's nodded back into their defense. Falcons 11-5-1 on the season, 6 wins in conference play. They have clinched a home game already in the upcoming MAC tournament. Toledo needing a win to assure themselves a home game on Sunday afternoon. If they win, they would leapfrog Bowling Green and take the number 3 seed. They draw or a loss, and they would need to match Buffalo's result against Akron.
Yeah, that Buffalo game a couple Sundays ago was very massive, where Buffalo came in here, got a 1-0 win.
Sophia Lewis knocking it wide. This is her first collegiate start. That means Sophie Pohl will come off the bench, though TJ Buchholz was telling us in terms of how minutes are allocated, should be roughly the same. Each of them have played about half of each match of late. And Sophia Lewis, the on-form player right now, scored twice in Toledo's win over Akron. Bowling Green unbeaten in their last 5 games. That's over Skylar Fleet, one of the top scorers in the conference. 11 goals on the season. Maddie Perrin has had an outstanding season in goal for Toledo.
Yeah, she definitely has, stepping in as a redshirt freshman. Beating out Katie Wilson, who started majority of the season last year for the Rockets, and have had some accolades on her own this year. And again, you know, this Bowling Green team is going to be able to play quick, and they're going to look to play direct. They're going to try to find players in wide areas. They're going to try to find players vertical, and that's a good read there from Reagan Price.
Price has Hannah Scafaria running up here on the left. Sophia Lewis on the turn is dispossessed by Nikita Jacob, freshman from Ann Arbor. Here comes Schupbach again, and not for the first time, running at the Toledo defense. Fleek trying to fight her way through both Burdick and Paradiso. Alexis Fricky knotted down by Fleek. Price will clear for the Rockets.
Right now, Bowling Green really asserting a lot of pressure in the midfield, and especially when they lose the ball in that final third. They're trying to win that ball quickly back and look to be 2 passes in behind, trying to find Skylar Fleek. But again, they're going to look to be very direct off their back 3, led by Morgan Abbott, who's a fantastic player in her own right. Toledo Villa player as well, too, in the summer for that women's team.
It's Jacob. Potentially for the number 10, Rachel Winters, a senior from Plymouth, Michigan.
Oh.
Just out of Hubert's reach.
And Erica Hubert is very, very special talent. Does a really nice job of finding space. You cannot allow her to look to run at players. She does a really, really nice job of just settling the game. Very dangerous when you have Skylar Fleek and Hubert kind of playing close with each other and do the things that they can do. Just great pressure there.
Fleek cutting in field, long ball forward on the left foot. Big header away by Paradiso. Rochelle Topoleski nodding it out for the throw-in. Topoleski has played almost all of the season. In fact, she has only missed 26 minutes all year. It's Kristen Tveit, the Norwegian youth international, taking the throw-in. Nikita Jacob in space. Cross was too close to the keeper, and Perrin came out.
Good read there from Perrin. Oh.
Not a great punt clear. Picked up by Winters.
That was really scuffed. She's going to be called offside on the far side.
It's Erica Hubert, who had strayed just a touch. 22 career goals for her. Redshirt junior from Welland, Ontario. The previous Bowling Green coaching staff recruited so many talented players, but Matt Fannin has this group playing with a lot of confidence.
You know, he was a great coach in his right mind down at Wittenberg University, a D3 school down in Springfield, Ohio. And he's bringing his philosophy here where he's very attack-minded. That's good stuff there from Echeverry.
Echeverry combining with Sophia Lewis.
Oh,
Lewis couldn't get a shot away on the right foot. Schupbach forward for Fleek. Hubert, the only player offering any kind of support for her. Reagan Price working hard to hold her off and inadvertently gave it away.
well done to work to get the ball back.
Reagan Price, a great example of when you're willing to endure rehab for terrible knee injuries, you can get back and become your old self again, and she has been after a really trying few seasons for her.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, and most players in their right mind would think they're not going to be back to the top shape, and she's right back. That's a good ball in.
Lena Sidwell, a low ball across, cut away by BG. Scafaria was the closest Toledo player to it. And Paradiso knocks it out of play. Potentially the last home game for this Rocket senior class. Echeverry, Paradiso, Alexis Burdick, Sophie Pohl, who we'll see off the bench, and Sid Vinton as well, who's missed the last handful of games.
Now I just, you know, again, the first couple minutes of this game, they're looking, trying to kind of settle in.
Price, the junior from Bellefontaine, started a career as more of an attack-minded player. Slotted into that right wing-back position so well. Toledo given a free kick. Paradiso will come forward to serve this ball in. She is so good at these.
Here, score from these areas here can really service a great ball in. Biggest thing right now is can you get a ball in position.
She does have 3 collegiate goals, all of them directly from free kicks.
Challenge.
Fleek won the header. And Schupbach was fouled by Abby Demboski. Demboski, probably the least heralded member of a really good Toledo midfield, her Echeverry and Alexis Burdick. Demboski does a lot of the dirty work, great at linking play up, filling that Natalie Knopf role from last year. Knopf may be available off the bench today. Been dealing with a serious knee problem all season. She's seen action in a couple of games, though not any serious minutes.
And again, they're looking to go forward quickly right away. They're going to be a couple passes through the midfield and to kind of find players in those wide areas. Ooh.
Jacob picked it up. Terrific intervention by Tobolewski. Otherwise, Hubert would have been in behind. Scafaria might be. Eliza Barone, the German, over to meet her. Paige Casto, the freshman, is there too. Casto, a standout at Rocky River Magnificat, Northeast Ohio high school power.
Yeah, had a big win last night in the other night in their district semifinal overtime win over Westlake. Coached by Gretchen Miklich, who's now the associate head coach at Oberlin College. Fantastic player to her right at Duke back in the day.
Lena Sidwell won it back. Echeverry for Christina Williams, another Toledo senior.
Oh, yeah, just swatting it right now.
Not the ball that Alexis Burdick wanted to play. Chance for Paige Casto to run at her. Jacob knocking it down the line. And Paradiso there at the edge of the box to hack it away. It's interesting, Toledo, the same number of wins as they had last year. Last year they were 8-10-1, did not make the MAC tournament. This year 8-7-3, and might get a home game if they can win today or have results elsewhere go in their favor.
A lot of games going on right now. Buffalo at Akron. Ball State taking the trek to Oxford, playing a Miami of Ohio team who's going to be a dynamic team once that team gets settled in.
Morgan Abbott playing it forward. Looked for Fleek. Perrin dove on it. Now that's the first real chance of the game for either side.
That's a good ball played in. You got to be very wary about Fleek in those areas. So dangerous, can punish you in so many ways. And that's the punt you're looking for right there. Good distribution all came off the back of Echeverry's head. Good change of point, though.
Sidwell sent it wide for Price. The Rockets have the throw in. It's Hubert who challenged with her. Oh, and really up ahead, though, for Toledo. Played back to Victoria Cope, the Canadian keeper.
Oh.
Given away, though, to Echeverry, who scored one from range against Ohio last weekend. And Echeverry just a step away from Cope, who dove on it.
And actually took a deflection. Almost found its way for Scafaria to pick that up and put it away. You know, she's been an absolute dynamic force as they've moved her up the pitch, playing at in these wide areas. Just has a knack and nose for goal, always in the right place at the right time.
Good darting little run there from Schupbach. Might put it on a plate, and it's in! Terrific finish from Erica Hubert to make it 1-0.
That was a great ball played right through here. And again, you got to be worried and concerned about her. Just put herself right there. Good finish. Off the top of the bar, and it finds itself in the back of the net, and the Falcons have come up 75 north. They got a 1-0 lead early.
Well, just their second real chance of the game. And Hubert roofed it. It's her 8th goal of the season. The Rockets will need to come from behind here. Scafaria taken out by Paige Casto. Paradiso's free kick right in front of us.
You would think she'd move that up like another 3 or 4 yards, right?
She may not need the extra yards.
No, she put that right there where she wanted it to. Oh.
Echeverry flicked it on, but no runners there.
Colt going to go for a goal kick. Looked like Sophia Lewis was pleading for a corner. Biggest thing right now is this response. How do you respond?
Well, they did respond well in the Buffalo game after Buffalo scored. Created several really good chances. Selena Sidwell pulled a shot just wide, but they couldn't close the deal.
This Bowling Green team is really dangerous. That's going to be a handball.
Chiara Paradiso not happy with it. And she may be booked for dissent. Certainly a talking to. TJ Buchholz isn't happy.
Looks like somebody else I saw yesterday. I've never seen that before.
Well, if the referee drops the yellow card, has it really been given? TJ would like an explanation.
I don't think it was a deliberate handball. It looked like it was his ball to hand to me.
TJ might be booked here as well.
Sometimes this gives a team a little bit of momentum when you get a coach that gets all fired up and the players kind of respond to that. But again, I didn't really think it was anything deliberate. I mean, if you're going to start carding people for things that aren't deliberate, then it's interesting to me.
Sophia Lewis
directing traffic.
got to look at the angle. Now retreats. Echeverry flicking it away. It's a corner.
Yeah, Fleek was going on the back post there looking for the ball maybe to come back out.
That a shootbox delivery here. Senior from Rochester, Michigan. Making her 68th career start at BG.
Only in a rivalry match, right?
Yeah. Now it's Alexis Burdick who's getting a talking to.
And TJ Buchol's not really happy right now.
Schupbach. Perrin punches, went to the back post. It's a corner from the other side this time.
It's a dangerous ball going on the back post. Let's take a look at this again. That's a great service. Nice way to parry that out, but again, you got to get that ball parried up and out, get that ball out. And do a better job of clearing there, and another good service here. Oh, and just missed.
Flicked wide.
You know, it's so interesting. We've caught a lot of high school games. Each other. Let's take a look at this again. It's a great service in there. Fleek doing a really nice job to find that. It's almost a disadvantage. I mean, we could go back years ago on the high school side of things when you looked at a guy like Aaron West, who's now an absolute standout at Cincinnati University, and how he was almost like unmarkable in set pieces.
Schupbach along the deck and saved by Perrin down to her right. Aaron West is having a terrific career down at Cincinnati.
Yeah, been Defensive Player of the Week in the AAC. Scored a couple goals this year as well. Had a nice game against BGSU at home. Chance to come back and play in front of his family, Tom and Wes. Brother Alec. A good flick, too.
Aaron, the sort of player that could make a name for himself in the professional game, I think, with his skill set. Burdick can't get into space. It's Sophia Lewis, the freshman from Sacramento, California. Both of her goals this season came against Akron in that 4-2 win a couple of weeks ago. Reagan Price ball. Sending it into the middle. Off the defender's thigh there. Cleared as far as Abby Demboski. Sidwell was just a step away. Price will send it back in. Echeverry the target. Headed back to Christina Williams. Demboski again.
Good way to find feet there. You want to find feet in this area, especially in that final third. You don't want anytime you want to get service, get that ball out wide. You maybe want that dirty ball to come right across the mouth of goal, but you want to make sure you're finding feet and finding players in areas where you've kind of lost track there. Oh.
Sophia Lewis let that run out. It's a corner.
Good time here to answer back. And they've been very dynamic this year on set pieces.
Paradiso has started all but one game in her Toledo career. Elena Sidwell is over in case Paradiso might want to try the short corner routine.
Oh, good ball.
Line drive.
Oh.
Knotted down.
Oh.
And over the top by Scafaria. It's the first real Toledo chance.
That's a dangerous ball play. Let's take a look at this again. That's a great service from Paradiso. Right where you want it. Could have almost found its way in the back post, and Scafaria just not being able to get her body over that ball. Oh, good win.
And a free kick. Oftentimes, the only way to prevent Isa Echeverry from winning a header like that is to foul her. Toledo have been very good at home this year, 5-2-1. Only losses to Notre Dame and Buffalo. Also tied with MAC West champions Ball State. Paradiso's delivery. Looking for Echeverry. Flicked away by Bowling Green. Lewis had to keep it in. She was being put under pressure by Casto. Lewis very good with the ball at her feet. Dispossessed, though. Burdick was in the right spot. Reagan Price. And Price might look for shooting space here. Oh, just wide. Almost a sensational goal from the edge of the box. Just couldn't keep it on frame.
Oh my gosh, you're all over here. You are so bad at this.
That's the blue crew to our left, by the way, should you hear any of that.
That's why I want one more home game here. You know, that's what am I going to do for the next, 10 months?
I sort of wish I had been an athlete here so I could have experienced them on that level.
I mean, to be
Though
honest,
I hope they don't start heckling us now. That
Yeah.
wouldn't be good.
I could deal with hecklers. Give me a ball and then let me fire one at you real quick. You know?
I know you would have,
Yeah.
too. And here's Skylar Fleek running at goal. Doesn't have a whole lot of support.
Oh, no.
Fleek goes down to the box under the challenge from Paradiso. Out for a throw-in. Paradiso won't be fazed by much, not even that early yellow card.
You got to be careful with that. Obviously, she's got one on her now.
Williams, the flicked header away. Alexis Fricky sent it back on, but Perrin came out. Maddie Perrin has been excellent this season. Redshirt freshman from Pleasant Lake, Michigan. Won the job from Katie Wilson, like you said earlier, who was last year's starting keeper.
The biggest problem right now is there's not been a lot of dynamic, quick movement. It looks like Echeverry kind of looked like she's grabbing her.
And she is not
She's
moving
not
very
leaving
well.
this, yeah.
In fact, she's barely moving at all.
She might have gotten hit right there in the upper part of her chest, and look like she's kind of grabbing her collarbone. There's no way in the world she's leaving the field in this game today.
Not a player that you want to lose.
No.
Certainly not this early in the first half. Demboski was put under pressure. Paige Casto picked it up. This is Erica Hubert, the goal scorer. Echeverry closed her down right onto the foot of Elena Sidwell. Sidwell with pace running forward. Lewis running alongside of her, and the shot is tame and right at Cope.
Hey, keep it this side. Keep it this side.
Cope, the Bowling Green starter, with Kathleen Duvey, the Sylvania Northview grad, dealing with injury.
Both her parents in attendance, John and Kelly Duvey.
Burdick wanted back. Echeverry looking like herself again, by the way.
Yeah, I think just a little bit. Maybe kind of lost her breath.
Paradiso had it knocked down by Nikita Jacob. There's Williams, Echeverry, Lewis. Thought Williams was going to make a run. She didn't.
Good pressure there.
Lewis has really given Toledo a lift in the attack. Missed a half dozen games with a broken wrist.
Listen, right there for a throw-in.
Toledo will make their couple of changes. Sheridan Boofy and Sophie Pohl have come on. Sophia Lewis will go to the bench, as will Reagan Price. So that will change the dynamic a little bit, won't it, Francis?
Yeah. Now you have a legit center forward there. I mean, good stuff there from Sophia Lewis, but you have a player like Sophie Pohl who's very, very strong. Can really give this Bowling Green flat back three some issues because she's very dominant in the air. Oh, wow.
It was a good win by Fricky.
It was.
Fleek, however, couldn't clear it.
I mean, there's one thing about when you watch Issa Echeverry play, you can tell she has that South American flair. She wants to play in small space and move the ball around, always checking.
Burdick through the middle for Pohl. And a nice 1-2 with Scafaria.
Oh,
Pohl got it tangled up in feet. Barone took it away. Good ball from Fleek. Not so good from Schutbach.
And it really looks like Huber is not really playing at the middle. She's playing more of that high forward there next to Fleek. And only played that attacking center mid position the last few years on a BGSU.
Topoleski, the transfer from St. Louis. That's Abbott. Abbott, who has started every game at Bowling Green, by the way, now a junior, has never come off the bench. Ricky sent it forward. Away by Topoleski. And out of Scafaria's reach. Paige Casto goes off. Sophia Barnes comes on for the Falcons, a freshman from Valley City, Ohio. They scored against Miami and Eastern Michigan this year, so a couple of goals. Now slotting into that right wingback spot, we imagine. Headed out by Fricky. Skylar Fleek.
Good movement there.
Good ball for Schutbach, who created Hubert's goal.
She is just,
shot never had a chance.
I think the biggest thing right now is how can you contain her? You know, she's got such great speed, that extra gear where she can get going quickly. Another substitution here coming in for the Rockets. Number 20. It looks like a little bit of a number change. Looks like
it is Claire Cahalan wearing the number 24 instead of her usual 31. That's not the first time this year that she's had to make a number change. First and only time they wore their gray uniforms. I believe it was against Akron she needed to wear a different number as well.
I think someone might have taken that number 31 jersey when they graduated. They should do like they do in high school. They should like fine you and hold your diploma until you get the uniform back.
Cahalan, freshman from Ann Arbor.
When you're applying for a job, have you graduated? Well.
Marissa Swindell is on for Bowling Green also. Toledo with a free kick in the midfield.
The biggest thing right now, they got to take advantage of these, these set pieces they're getting on their end of the pitch.
We're able to create a scoring opportunity for Hannah Scafaria in the aftermath from a set piece. Couldn't keep her delivery down, though.
Someone got tangled up in there. Here
Might be able to counterattack through Hubert.
Swindell what a move that was.
Is the only player up alongside her. And too much. Hubert didn't wait the pass properly. Pohl beaten to it. It was Abbott. Really given away, but Domboski poked it away.
A hospital ball right there. You want to get that?
Here's Cahalan. Didn't play early on in the season for Toledo. TJ Buchholz didn't think her fitness was quite right. She has really improved. And now is a vital cog in the midfield come the end of this regular season.
Yeah, really kind of came in and filled in that gap there with Natalie Knopf, who had been out coming rehabbing from a knee injury, and we'll maybe see her a little bit today, not really kind of asserting her too much. But again, you know, Cahalen's got a really good. Oh, that's
Sophie Pohl wide, not far away.
It's not one of those balls you want to see out. Take a look at this again. I mean, it's a great turn. Struck that really well with their left foot. And Cope has to stretch out. And the Rockets right now knocking on the door.
So Pohl has come close. So is Reagan Price.
Oh!
Just slid under Pohl's boot. Great work from Sidwell. Scafaria was nudged by Sophia Barnes. Out for Cahalen. Good touch. Wide of Nikita Jacob. Almost fell for Echeverry. Scafaria looking to shoot. Got a bit of shooting space, but it was charged down.
Oh.
Space had opened up for a moment. Laura Bazzelli breaking forward. She has come off the bench. Junior from Ontario.
I'm going to change the point of attack here. And pulling the chain. You got to get that a little bit more weight on that pass.
Did hit a hand, but will play on. Cahalen changing the point of attack to Sheridan Boofy.
Oh, extracurricular after that play. Oh!
Oof! Almost dropped for Scafaria. Almost a disaster from Alexis Fricky.
Yeah. Really, be honest, her hands kind of extended out too, but nothing much there you could think it was a handball. And so we're going to get the first sighting of Anita Mancini. See if that get it again. Oh, that was close.
Here's Barnes. Bazzelli was running up ahead.
And Matt Fainin right now kind of barking at the official. Oh, boy.
That's given away. And now Pohl can run to the defense. Little touch for Sidwell. Sidwell with pace over the top.
Just got to keep it down. You got to keep it down and find your spots. And we're going to see a substitution here. Anita Mancini. Take a look at this again. That's a great little ball from Sophie Pohl. You got to get over the ball. And that's where Kirsten Johnson was so dangerous a year ago.
Yeah.
In spaces, being able to find spots, the far posts. And Kirsten Johnson, probably one of the natural goal scorers in this Rocket program in the last few years. Just with her ability to have a nose for goal as well. Just her ability to just get forward all the time. Almost kind of have that bull downhill type mentality. What you see out of a player like a Luis Suarez?
At such terrific pace.
And UT right now is starting to kind of really, oh, you gotta let them like the call, but you gotta get
Paradiso's free kick. Toledo have been much improved since the Bowling Green goal from Hubert. Good header away. Boofy with closing speed to keep the Rockets in possession. Got there ahead of Bazzelli. Nice little flick by Echeverry. And Scafaria trying to fight through the tackle at the edge of the box. We play on. Echeverry with three defenders around her. Lovely back heel to set up Cahalen, who couldn't swing around on the cross. It's getting very, very physical. Morgan Abbott continuing to have words with the referee.
I mean, the best part about this is it's a college game. There's only like 2 of them.
Yeah.
We saw that last night. There was like about 50 teenage kids just yelling at you the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like, good Lord. Thank God there's like not more of them here right now. They really give you the business when you come to
They really do.
It's like, good Lord.
They really do.
It's worse than basketball season, too.
Well, and we don't have the luxury when we call basketball games at Savage Arena of being near the floor. We're up on concourse level. So we can always see the Blue Crew. We can never hear them. Poles flicked header on for no one in particular. Abbott's clearance. Bozelli, the only Falcon up, but she's got plenty of pace. Topoleski beat her to it. Falcons looking for their first win over Toledo since 2007. They're in the MAC tournament for the first time since 2008. They won their quarterfinal match, got to the semis. Topoleski's headed to the edge of the box. Mancini helping to clear it.
There's one thing about Mancini. She's got a lot of pace, a lot of power.
Cross is caught on the run by Perrin. Judah Mancini does have one goal this year. That came against Miami. Was an outstanding goal scorer in high school, Mancini. 69 goals her last 2 seasons. Burdick sliding it out for the throw.
Again here, ball coming in a wider area. Looking for service. You're looking for that one player, Skylar Fleek, to be in that area. A little behind the play, and ooh.
Michaela Couch is on for the Falcons, number 23, a senior from Columbus. Was a regular starter her first 3 years. Now a sub in her senior season. Paradiso's clearance. Morgan Abbott is the only player back for BG. Burdick had that run by her. She was being covered by Topoleski, though.
See here, kind of just eating up a little bit of clock.
And why not?
1-0 lead on the road right now. You got a lot of control and manage the game.
He's throw in. He's down the line for Swindell and off of her. Kelsey Kraft is out there also for the Rockets, number 10. Started the first 8 games of the season before losing her starting place to Hannah Scafaria. Can be a difference maker off the bench, though.
She did score goals.
Header clear. Here is Kraft. Echeverry. Demboski.
This is the first time I've seen Kelsey Kraft without her knee brace on. And she's kind of getting up pretty gingerly. Might have got it raked on the back of her ankle. No rest for the weary in this game, that's for sure. Going to be very physical. Again, it's going to be very upbeat. And they're going to be sending. And the biggest thing right now is, Bowling Green doesn't really look to possess the ball. They really just look to kind of get the ball forward quickly. And they look to really pressure you, put you under.
Leski sent it over Kelsey Kraft.
No, great tackle there.
Good work by Cahalan. Her and Barnes took each other out. Paradiso read it well. Swindell tackled it away from Echeverry. Sophie Pohl closing it down. Fricky along the deck for Bozelli. Back with Barnes. Kraft is chasing them. Kunisa Echeverry create. Say the same for Claire Cahalan. Very good creative midfielder. Pop back to her off of Kelsey Kraft, but no one there in the middle. Good touch by Barnes. Under 7 minutes left in this first half. Toledo have gone close a few times.
Yeah, really right now it could be almost a 2-1 game in favor of UT. And good stuff there.
2 shots just wide and 1 just over the top. That was from Elena Sidwell.
One thing that Sheridan Boofy's going to bring, you're going to get, you're a true center back, where Reagan Price is going to be that wing back who's going to get forward, really add herself in the run of play. Oh, just a little bit out of the reach there for Pohl.
Turn by Demboski there. We see
thing
that a lot from her.
Yeah. Very cheeky on the ball. Pretty good at knowing where she is on the pitch as well, too.
Not really a threat to get forward too much, but like we said, she's great at linking up attacks. Kraft won the header. Paul brought it down, but Abbott was in her hip pocket. Paul again. Kraft. Cahalan. Abby Demboski.
Oh, boy, it looked like it was a scuff ball there, and now they're off.
Great defending from Boofy, but a whistle. She took out Jennifer Reyes, junior from Elkhart, Indiana. Falcon free kick.
Let's take a look at it again. Oh, she got a little bit of that ankle.
Line drive into the box, flicked away by Echeverry. Header up from Barnes. Entanglement at the edge of the box. Erica Hubert scoring the only goal of the first half to this point. Great finish it was, too, set up by Maddie Schupbach.
And Reitner there.
And Bosky upended by Chelsea Washington off the bench. Washington scored twice in BG's terrific 3-1 win over Kent on Sunday. Kent team that has taken the MAC East. That was a battle of the top attack in the MAC. Bowling Green with 36 goals on the season against its stingiest defense.
Wow.
It's Bazzelli. Abbott getting it forward. Topolewski. Almost flicked header on. Nobody up there.
Ooh.
It's Michaela Couch.
Like the pressure here. I mean, you got to get up a little bit more and kind of close down more space. And again, they're looking to just kind of build out of the back and look to just play one big ball.
Fricky. Bazzelli had it pop up, looked like it hit her in the chin. Topolewski won it back for Toledo. Great ball across the back line for Sheridan Boofy. Demboski with a nice little turn. Echeverry running forward.
Ball.
Terrific pass with the outside of the foot for Cahalan.
Oh.
And Cahalan, the defender went down. Cahalan cutting in. Might look for space to shoot.
That's the ball you wanted.
Mancini.
Oh, she skips it in.
Mancini with great strength. Dispossessed though by Reyes.
Hey, you want to pin them here deep. Yeah, right away. Just good stuff there.
Paradiso bombing it forward. Might fall for Sophie Pohl. It will fall for Pohl.
Oh!
She'd like that one back.
Yeah, maybe she can get her hips open and put that to the far post. We don't see. I don't see that much anymore. Again, let's take a look at that again. Had a chance to just open your hips up, but maybe again that just kind of off balance as she got that pass either way. If you're a lefty, that's a ball you're like salivating for to come at your left foot. Just hit that thing one time. Oh, great tackle. Good win there for Halen.
Took it away from Laura Bozelli. No help for Pohl. Kelsey Kraft arriving. Defender goes down. That's Barnes. Pohl again. Only cleared as far as Pohl. Couldn't quite control it. Bozelli with a heavy touch. Cahalan swept it back to Burdick.
Been trying to pump it in the box here. I think the easiest ball here was to find Cahalan. That's a chip from behind. That's going the other direction. Just caught the back of that heel.
Down to 15 seconds.
Oh, how about
Echeverry's
this?
header.
Oh,
Kraft!
my goodness.
Cleared to Cahalan.
Oh, she missed it.
Sliced the shot. Pohl. That's blocked. Mancini, terrific save.
That's it. Oh,
It's in.
No
That's
time on the
unbelievable.
Wow. It's halftime. At the whistle.
You know, you could watch this sport for a long, long time and never see anything quite like that.
Oh my goodness me. How about this? Just
Cahalan
scuffed
slices it. There's a block shot. Mancini driving it in. Saved by
backspin.
Cope. Backspin to force it in.
There's no time on the clock. I think they added 1 second. How about that? The freshman coming into this game right away, asserting herself. I mean, she scored some goals in some big games this year. Yeah.
And now it's halftime. Worthy of 1, 2, 3, many more looks.
See here. Great save. Just a lot of backspin. Yeah, that ball bounces in right. That's like a tip in at the rim. It's just slowly rolling in. Do we call it? We had it 1 more second, but what a interesting end to the first half here, and another 45 minutes to go.
Erica Hubert opened the scoring for Bowling Green. Anita Mancini following up with 1 second left in the half. Halftime in this battle of I-75. Bowling Green 1, Toledo 1. Back after this.
Is presented by Palace Buick GMC, doing business with character, and by TAS Electronics.
Halftime here at Scott Park after a wild first half. Erica Hubert scoring 12 minutes into it for Bowling Green. Anita Mancini finding the answer for Toledo with 1 second left before halftime. There's leaving it late, Francis, and then there's leaving it late.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a great strike. I mean, even great save from Cope, but just enough backspin for that thing to just trickle itself in the back of the net, setting us up for a great classic here in the I-75 Derby. 1-1 draw at halftime.
Yeah, we'll look at the first half highlights when we come back to Scott Park. Bowling Green and Toledo tied at 1 apiece. This is MAC Women's Soccer on BCSN. Another look. Anita Mancini's goal to tie it up with 1 second left. Back here at Scott Park, an entertaining first half to say the least. 1-1 between Bowling Green and Toledo. We'll look at first half highlights. Erica Hubert and Skylar Fleek had a really impressive start, and it was Hubert who scored the goal. Maddie Schupbach that set it up.
Maddie Schupbach was really able to run at people, and that's a cheeky finish there from Erica Hubert right off the top of the bar there and make it 1-0. And then they had a lot of other really good chances. In particular, again, this is a great ball played in here. Fleek just putting that header just wide. Again, they had some really quality service there and all this thing. But here comes a UT once again. They're kind of starting to get their mojo going. That's a great strike there from Reagan Price. It went just wide of the post there. And then another one here. We take a look at this one. Dombrowski just putting that one, Sidwell, just putting that one right at the goalkeeper. Did a really nice job of just being able to run at players and find that space. And then Sophie Paul does another great ball here, but again, just Sidwell just not being able to get over the ball, find that spot to put that ball away. And then again here, if we take a look at this one, good ball play in the box. Good flick header on. This is just absolute madness here. Miss at the far post. Put it up again. Cahalan scuffs it, but that's a great assist there to find Anita Mancini once, not twice. Hits that thing as hard as she could. Finds his way in the back of the net with literally no time left on the clock to give him a 1-1 tie at the half. And you look at the stats here, obviously UT doing a really nice job for keeping a lot of the momentum going. They're getting some good opportunities, but just have not been able to put them away. But the thing that they have to really change is they got to be able to start to take some space away from Schupbach, because she's getting a lot of opportunity to get space in the midfield, really run at players, being able for Hubert to get wide and come back in when she's able to kind of find that cushion. But right now it's been a fairly even match to be honest. I thought BG kind of had a good run of play for X amount of minutes, and then UT kind of inserted themselves and got a good run of it towards the last half of the 45 minutes.
So honors even at halftime at Scott Park, 1-1 between Toledo and Bowling Green. Back after this.
BCSN, available exclusively on Buckeye Broadband, is presented by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by Yark Automotive, just what you're looking for.
Second half on a beautiful October afternoon here in Toledo. The Rockets and the Bowling Green Falcons tied at 1 apiece. Here are the standings in the MAC East. Bowling Green, of course, just beat East Division champions Kent State on Sunday by 3-1. Buffalo have also qualified. We're keeping an eye on Buffalo here. Buffalo playing Akron right now. Toledo needing to better or equal their result in order for them to get that first-round home game. Buffalo and Akron are tied 1 apiece as they start the second half. Toledo currently placed second in the West Division. Ball State, your West Division regular season champs. Second half is underway. Mason Lowry, Francis Stevens, happy to have you along. Francis, what are you looking for in this second half?
Well, I think right now for this UT team right now, they got to kind of keeping the pressure up, but they got to condense and make the field a little tighter in the middle of the park. Not allow this BG team looking to try to build out of the middle and kind of just make them have to play around you. If they're going to be direct, that's fine, but make them have to play around you on the outsides, not through the middle. And for Bowling Green right now, again, just kind of you got to look to kind of maybe possess and find feet, because if you're going to be direct all the time, it's going to be very, very hard once this team kind of susceptibly figures you out.
Skylar Fleeks cross.
Oh, that's a handball.
Knocked down by Hubert. Goal scorer for BG from the first half. Okay, Hubert has now scored 8 times this season. Scafario holding play up well for Claire Cahalan.
Oh, you got to make that run there.
Second half. It was Sidwell who didn't make the run and then ran herself right into trouble.
I mean, I saw that run coming from a mile away, and she just kind of stood there waiting to kind of ball watch.
Christina Williams out wide for Scafaria, who was offside.
And again, I think the biggest thing right now is just their lack of movement. They're just very stagnant in that final four. There's nothing really dynamic. There's nothing to kind of get players kind of switching and having to move around. It's going to be a little better there in the final third for the Rockets.
Falcons 11 wins on the season. They won just 8 games last year and only had 3 wins in conference play. They've doubled that this season. And Toledo, same number of wins overall. They were 8-10-1 last year. This year 8-7-3, but they've done better in the conference and have looked much improved from last season. Reagan Price has to be careful with Skylar Fleek in hot pursuit.
Oh,
Fleek got into the tackle. Right to Jennifer Reyes.
Got to play a little quicker there. TJ Buchel's not really happy about that tackle.
Maureen Kennedy.
Oh, she lost her footing.
Might have lost sight of the ball as well. Cut away by Topoleski. Reyes backpedaling to the touchline. Here's Rachel Winters. And Schupbach, who is very tricky, set up Bowling Green's goal in the first half. Reagan Price sliding it behind for the corner.
And good stuff there for Bowling Green, just to be really patient, trying to find a lot of things in the final third and just trying to get balls in the mix and now earn themselves a corner. And they were dangerous on the 2 corners that they did have in that first half.
Maureen Kennedy's corner. Kennedy line drive delivery, and header is flicked wide by Fleek.
Tell you, for as tall as she is, she's always like jumping up and she always lands on the ground, never on her feet. But again, when you're that tall and you're in that middle of the park there, you're going to get people banging you around all over the place because she is an absolute target in the middle of the park. She's an absolute target in the middle of the mix there.
Topoleski's header, then Fleek's header. Javeri sent it forward. And Javeri stepping in front to win it back. Reagan Price, good touch. Reyes on her. Schupbach battled to win it back. Kennedy. No, Morgan Abbott, the junior from Fort Collins, Colorado. Bowling Green have clinched a first-round home game. Only question is whether it will be the 3 seed or the 4 seed. If Toledo wins, they'll be the 3 seed. Bowling Green win or a tie here, and they will be the 3. Good control by Hubert. Topoleski lost her footing, and Scafaria was fouled. Scafaria 8 goals on the season. That's 3rd most in the Mid-American Conference, but scoreless in her last 4 games. That would be a good time for number 9. Chiara Paradiso's free kick from her own half of the field.
It's a great ball. Got on the end of it. Oh, that's
Sophia Lewis flicked it on. And Sidwell trying to keep the Rockets in possession. Scrambled away by BG.
I mean, she really puts you under pressure right away on the balls that she puts into the area.
Cahalan touched it to the touchline for Burdick. This is where Hannah Scafaria can be so dangerous.
Oh, she tried to get it right around her to kind of find Sophia Lewis. Good stuff right here. Keep them back there, pin them in. Make it to be really direct out of the back. And I know that's good stuff there from Topoleski.
Maureen Kennedy dancing forward with it, but gave it away and was fouled first by Cahalan.
So TJ Buchholz paces more than I do on the sideline. He's at one side, now he's back up at the front of the... I think he wants to get in the ear of Aaron Wolf, the 4th official on that side.
Matt Fannin, on the other hand, looking cool, calm, and collected
Right now.
next to the Bowling Green dugout. Yeah, for the moment.
We heard him earlier in the first half. He got English accent. You can hear it from anywhere and everywhere. I almost kind of wish I had one of those when you yell. It makes you sound more professional, right?
Certainly in this game, they take an English accent seriously always. Nikita Jacob tried to thread it through. Perrin has to retreat to her line. Fleet didn't have any kind of an angle. Goal kick.
Or rather just have an accent like Diego Simeone, just yell at you in Spanish.
It's not so much an Argentine accent as it is just anger.
It's more anger with him. He's just an angry guy. You ever notice he wears black all the time? I've never seen a guy in a white shirt.
Adds to the mystique
Yeah.
and his aura. Echeverry along the deck for Sidwell. Good touch for Reagan
ball.
Price. Speedy Reagan Price running up ahead. Maureen Kennedy got there first.
Oh, that's a dangerous ball there from Abbott. He's going to go right out of play.
Too much on it. Price going very direct here.
Oh,
It might fall for Hannah Scafaria.
that was just absolutely.
Scafaria was nudged off the ball. Here's Sophia Lewis. Wide for Sidwell. Her cross was blocked. Here comes Reyes. Shoot puck along the touchline. And that's over the line off of Skylar Fleet.
Ball still
Though
in
nothing
play.
was given.
In front of me. You have one job.
That's good work from Scafaria. Read the bounce properly. Lewis offering support up ahead.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
Scafaria
good kick
chopped
there.
down by Nikita Jacob, and a free kick in a dangerous position. This is Chiara Paradiso territory.
Yeah, if I'm TJ Buchholz, I'm telling her maybe have a go here. This is about 30 yards away, maybe even closer. You got to look to have a hit. This is going to be a 4-man wall. And clear foul there on Scafaria. She's been very dangerous to start out the second half. She's going to have a go. She's got a little bit of that sun in her eyes, too, as well.
Victoria Cope. We'll have to
Oh.
be careful here, but
That's going to hit my car. A little too much on there. I kind of like the phrase ground rule double.
oh, it is World Series
Yeah,
week.
it
isn't
is, yeah. 2 great games out there in Los Angeles, too. great weather, too. I wish I had that here.
Has been pleasant weather today. Hasn't been like that all week, though. Fleek staying on her feet. Terrific control. Matt Fannin was telling me that, yes, she's a terrific goal scorer, but the thing that he really admires about her is how hard she works for the team. Said, I don't care how many goals she might score otherwise. If she didn't put that shift in every time she goes out there, she wouldn't see the field.
Yeah. And that was
Paradiso was fouled. Schutbach.
Schutbach just pulled her right down. Kind of funny, we were talking right before the game with TJ Buchholz, and she politely came over and told us we had to move out of the way as they were working on some passing. She's such a great young lady and got a bright future ahead of her. It's been just a pleasure watching her grow for 4 years playing here, as well as Isa Echeverry and Reagan Price and Hannah Scafario. A lot of those long-time sit-ins here, and that's going to stay in play as she gets to it.
Reagan Price beat her there. Referee over for a word. Referee, by the way, is Soren Stoika. Stoika, the man in the middle. Tim Dickin and Bradley Barlog, the assistant referees. Aaron Wolf, the alternate. Sophie Pohl and Abby Domboski waiting at the touchline to come on.
It's amazing what you hear on the field sometimes.
Blake brought it down. Reagan Price nipping at her heels. Back to Reyes. Terrific ball in field for Rachel Winters.
Reyes is
Kennedy's a long ball. Kopaleski won the header. Not the biggest center back at 5'6".
How many center backs you know that are that small that play center back, though?
Aren't many of them.
No.
That's a poor giveaway by Morgan Abbott. And Scafaria in full flight. Doesn't have a lot of support.
Oh, good read.
Scafaria had it poked away by Kennedy.
Yeah, good
Sidwell
stuff.
battling to win it back.
Oh, it's going to be.
This will be a booking for Jennifer Reyes.
Green's play.
Better be careful not to talk herself into another one. So the Hawaiian-born Jennifer Reyes, first Bowling Green player to be booked this afternoon. Cara Paradiso is on a yellow card, remember. Erica Hubert opened the scoring for Bowling Green after 12 minutes. Anita Mancini equalized with 1 second left in the first half.
I'm going to say it went in with no time on the clock.
Sounds a little bit better, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just way better. I mean, even 1 second's even great, too. I mean, that was stuff here with service. Good ball. Oh, just not enough. That's back in.
Reagan Price had stayed up.
Oh, wow.
Price with
That's going to
space.
be it all.
Free kick the other way as Sidwell had her shot blocked.
I mean, we figured this game would be like this. I mean, it's been high octane. Obviously, this is like I was actually talking about this earlier in the week with somebody, kind of like what the rivalry used to be like with Northview Southview football until Northview finally got over the hump and now have won 2 straight years in a row. You see sometimes rivalries, if you haven't gotten a result, it doesn't become a rivalry much anymore.
Good ball from Reyes for Skylar Fleek. Hubert waiting in the middle. Fleek's low cross.
Ooh.
Kind of a scuffed clearance, but nobody in orange and white attacking it. Echeverry threading the needle.
Should get that ball out a little quicker, though.
Only as far as Kennedy. He's made a run on the overlap.
Oh, wow.
The referee Stoika telling Kennedy to settle it down, who has a wry smile on her face as she races back into position. She clipped Isa Echeverry. Right there.
lost their footing on the turf.
Leaving a pretty big divot out there.
There's a couple of big divots. It's so tough, obviously, when you have to train and play games on the same pitch. You know, you kind of run into those problems sometimes. Just trying to kind of keep the field in good shape. But this field's in excellent shape here at Scott Park, and it's going to be fun in a couple years maybe here, Mason, when we get the chance to move back on campus and go to Fetterman. And
that will change things a little bit. Might bring more people to games, which I think is part of the hope. Scafaria couldn't quite get there.
And especially when you have teams like, you know, Toledo Villa, who's starting to get into the MPSL next year, moving up in the league, and, you know, obviously you're giving the professional team a better pitch to play on. And, you know, we see that with FC Cincinnati, who sells out Nippert Stadium more than Cincinnati's football team does.
Scafaria on her horse again. Lewis in the middle offering support. Scafaria, shot was deflected.
Wow.
Sidwell can't get there. Victoria Cope scampering off her line. Both goalkeepers have done well. Nothing they could do to prevent either goal from being scored, really.
You got to be worried about her because she just gets on a run and she's going straight to goal.
Good ball from Schupbach. That shot did take a deflection wide. Talked a lot about Erica Hubert and Skylar Fleek, what they can do together, but Maddie Schupbach really is the engine of this team, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the way she plays, she's very downhill. She does a good job of getting wide into areas as playing in that attacking center mid and just being able to find plays to get involved and try to find players. You know, I don't think we give enough credit to her, but she's had a really great afternoon, in my opinion. Oh, what
good delivery right on the line. And chipped onto the roof of the goal by Sophia Barnes, who just came in off the bench.
I mean, and you normally give your attacking center mid, the number 10, more credit than anything else because they're the best player on the field.
25, stop talking!
Sophie Pohl.
So I'm going to a high school game after this anyway, so it's probably going to be the same thing there, too.
Sophie Pohl, Abby Domboski, Sheridan Buffy all on for Toledo.
And Sheridan Buffy had a great first half.
Michaela Couch coming in also for Bowling Green.
Exactly.
It's Maureen Kennedy, who only has 1 goal this year but 7 assists. Lumped forward by Abbott. Paradiso's header out, flicked on by Christina Williams onto the foot of Rachel Winters. Abbott with space to bring it through the center circle. Schupbach.
Oh.
Goofy scuffed the clearance.
Really bad there. And you're playing negative and you're defending third. The ball's got to get up and out.
Skylar Fleet couldn't keep it in.
She's the one that had the welfare check on you. Did she tell you? I messaged her on Facebook. I was like, can you do a welfare check?
Good header from Domboski. Sidwell tried to backheel it through Kennedy's legs. The Bowling Green throw-in. Kennedy taking it right in front of us. That'll go the other way now.
Yeah, that was right here.
26!
I heard that. You said a dirty word.
You said bad words.
Kelsey Kraft coming on for Toledo. She'll replace Hannah Scafaria. Paige Hubert gets a breather.
I feel bad for you on Saturday afternoon, man.
Marissa Swindell in for Bowling Green.
Except I don't think high school kids give it to you as bad as these guys are right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just 2 of them.
Here's Reyes in space. Domboski over to meet her.
Oh,
Reyes
way to
leaves her
miss.
in the dust. Great run by Reyes. Wide for Fleek. Reagan Price giving up about 8 inches of height. Barely comes up to about chest level, but not someone who's going to shy away from a challenge like
absolutely
that.
Not. To be honest, I probably would struggle in my days marking Skylar Fleek just for height reasons, but Oh, now there's still two of them.
It's a corner for the Falcons. Trying to retake the lead. And the clock is stopped with 26:01 left in the second half. Fleek and Sophie Pohl being spoken to by the referee Soren Stoika.
He's not having it. It's judge and jury, right? Judge and jury.
Well, what sort of job has he done, do you think, taking control of this match? You know, anytime Toledo and Bowling Green get together in any sport.
I think he's done a really good job because, again, he's not carding. You know, he's carding what he sees. Again, that's a dangerous ball there. Cleared off the line.
Off the line by Reagan Price.
Oh, boy.
Not any shooting space to speak of there. Away by Christina Williams.
That's not a foul. Oh, yeah, he was going to break.
Sophie Pohl out into the bench area.
But again, I think he's done a nice job. I think he's called it everything fairly even. He's talking to you before he wants to go to the book. Because some officials will just go to the book right away. They won't talk to you. They won't let you know, hey, one more, that's it.
Book first, ask questions later.
Yes. Some are like that. I think I've been fairly good this year.
Shoot Bach, good ball down the line for Fleek. Reagan Price
goodness.
And Fleek, that may well be a booking. Yes, yellow card for Skylar Fleek. And that was kind of a nasty one, but more accumulation than anything else. And having just spoken to her in the build-up to the corner kick delivery.
Let's look at this again here. I mean, just literally grabbed her. And we kind of saw something like that. Very violent. Again, last time we saw a very violent tackle in the St. John Southview game. And I think he's going to give Reagan Price a talking to as well. He's not going to card her, but he's going to give her a talking to. I mean, they're both obviously, this side of the game, this second half has been an absolute battle between the two. Matt Fanning just over there. I mean, let's be real honest. You know, a couple of years ago, this Bowling Green team didn't have fight like this. You know, I would say probably about 4 or 5 years ago, they didn't have a lot of fight. This team, you can tell, just as confident they've gotten, the wins they have, they look like they're a very confident team. You know, they're playing hard. I think Reagan Price has done a fantastic job over here on this side.
I would agree.
I take her off the pitch, keep her on.
Well, you know, Skylar Fleek just needs one moment of indecision on your part defensively in order to make something happen. Sophie Pohl trying to get behind the defense.
In good position there.
Morgan Abbott defending against her. And Fleet can score in bunches, too. She had 4 in the season opener against Oakland and a hat trick against Buffalo as well. Nita Mancini will come on for Toledo. Scored that, frankly, bizarre equalizer at the very end of the first half. Hit really hard at Victoria Cope, who made the save, but there was enough backspin on it. And it took it into the net. Buffalo and Akron now tied 2-2, by the way. That game is at Akron at Cub Cadet Field.
We had a chance to talk to Buffalo's head coach. He said, you know, it's been a little bit of a struggle for them this year on the road in a couple games, and they got a big win here 2 weeks ago, just 2 Sundays ago here. So they're kind of showing their will, their fight, and that Akron team got their first win last week. You know, so they're trying to finish the season on a really positive note. And what a beautiful stadium they're playing at Cub Cadet Stadium. They're one of the signatures in college soccer. Kind of built by Ken Lawler, who now the head coach at Louisville, and when Caleb Porter's time there just really made it kind of feel like you were going to like an MLS professional game.
Yeah.
I mean, that place is a stamp of Midwest soccer. That in the stadium at St. Louis, Herman Stadium.
Kennedy sent it forward. Nobody really there for Bowling Green. Not the clearance you want under those circumstances.
No.
Got it down to Rachel Winters. There's Chelsea Washington off the bench. Washington scored twice in the win over Kent last week.
Oh, good ball.
Good clearance by Mancini to Kelsey Kraft. Pold making a diagonal run alongside of her. Kraft.
Oh, that's from behind.
Good ball through. Sophie Polt denied to the edge of the box. Twisting, turning, shot is blocked. Williams had it blocked too. Kelsey Kraft was on the receiving end of a pretty heavy challenge there.
Worst case scenario, you wanted to let play go on. You know, it would have been advantage, but you don't want to blow your whistle prematurely on that because, to be honest, especially going forward, a potential goal-scoring opportunity, ball goes in the back of the net, you want to call a foul. And TJ Buchholz's head really will explode at that point in time.
It's a good touch by Washington for Michaela Couch, the senior. Alexis Burdick back in for Toledo. She replaced Reagan Price. That means Sheridan Boofy is now playing in the right back spot. Lisa Echeverry is down behind the plane, just now getting to her feet. With Skylar Fleek running at goal. Couldn't slide it through to anyone. No power on the shot.
Great stuff there from Burdick, who I think has been pretty outstanding as well this afternoon.
Echeverry flicking it on. Kelsey Kraft giving chase. Victoria Cope off the line. Oh, good flick by Boofy. Good bit of skill to take it away from Fleek. Demboski. No one else up there.
What I like about this, look at the energy of the UT bench compared to the energy of the BG bench. I mean, obviously, that Rocket bench, you're gonna, you know, these players are really kind of urging them on, giving them a lot of encouragement. They want to get a result here. They want to play. They want to play at home on Sunday. If I were to ask you this, what do you think this result's going to be?
Whew.
Now you're on the spot, 'cause you nobody asked me those questions.
no
I'm going to ask
kidding.
you that question now.
I have a feeling this game will end in regulation. How's that?
You said that before, right?
There will be a winner. I am getting that feeling. Sheridan Boofy. Maybe she can create it.
This is
Coming
very
in field with it.
It's
Played
very
it
rare you
behind
see her
Christina
get
Williams.
forward. You know, obviously she's more of a natural center back as we played a year ago. Now in this 5-3-2 formation TJ Buchholz is playing, you know, you're going to see her kind of, you won't see her kind of treading forward. She's not going to be the traditional wing back.
Yeah.
That's why you bring in a player like Anita Mancini out wide, so she can kind of give you a little bit of that as well. There's going to be a stoppage here.
Rachel Winters, I think, was slow to get up.
I mean, it took you a long time to really answer that question, because normally I kind of give you the, if I get a feel of something, I'm always saying it's either overtime or it's going to go to the spot. You can't go to the spot in the regular season.
Yeah.
You got to play through 2 overtimes, 2 10-minute overtimes.
Well, and you know, there's so little between the two teams right now. It's honestly, and I hate to use the word crapshoot, but that's kind of what it feels like
Yeah,
at
it
this
does.
point.
Yeah. Or really, really bad hands in blackjack. You know, you're just getting the cards you don't want to be dealt. And this could be something here. This will go
Swindell
for a corner.
almost dealt a terrific hand. We'll go for a corner. Bowling Green will make 3 changes. May wait until after the corner has been taken. Some coaches don't like to make those changes right before a set piece, and now the change will happen. Couch and Fleek both going off.
Fleek's played, you know, 65+ minutes. You gotta give her a little bit of a blow.
Hubert back on, Nikita Jacob back on. Delisa Barone, the other sub. Barone, a big target, 5'10", junior from Germany.
Good ball.
Barone helped it on its way.
Cleared off
Cleared
the
by
line.
Echeverry.
Good pressure.
Anita Mancini was being impeded by Morgan Abbott.
Well, it's going to be hard to keep her off the ball because, one, she's just so strong. I mean, you can tell why she was 69 goals in the last 2 years in high school. I mean, I don't know a center back in high school right now who could probably contain her.
Nice idea. Echeverry wanted to release Kelsey Kraft.
It's probably not the ball you're looking for at that point.
Mancini wanted back. Swept into the middle. Williams. Paul.
Yeah, nothing
No
there.
runners there.
That's been a little bit of the problem, and obviously, I've had conversations in the past with TJ Buchholz, and he kind of tells me, what do you see out of the team if you've seen it for the last couple of years? And I kind of told him, I said, you're missing that one really dynamic player who's just always in front of goal,
Yeah.
who's always going to be in that right place at the right time. I mean, he had that last year, the first couple of years with, Kirsten Johnson, because Kirsten Johnson was a very vertical player. Could get diagonal and get in behind you that way. But I think when you look at it this year, you're missing that. Sophie Pohl's more of a traditional target forward. You know what I mean? She's not going to be that player who's going to be buzzing around. Hannah Scafari is that, but she's only been in this position for X amount of years, hasn't really played it much in college. But she's more what you kind of say with withdrawing wide player that can kind of get up front and do some things. But boy, does he have a lot of that coming in the next couple of years. Very talented class coming in. We'll get a chance on the network tonight to see two of them.
Yeah.
Peyton Sullivan from St. Ursula Academy, but as they play against Perrysburg, and has got an outstanding center back, high school All-American Lexa Bauer, who will be playing against Anthony Wayne in a game that I'm going to be calling here quite shortly. Two fantastic games on the network tonight with in the girls Division I district finals.
Long throw in into the box. Barone was the target. Flicked away by Mancini, only as far as Jennifer Reyes.
Yeah, is that going to be anything to threaten her back there at all?
Buffalo-Akron game still tied at 2 apiece. Around 15 minutes
such-
left. That kicked off the same time as this one. Reyes won it back. Hubert trying to get around Paradiso.
I'm just not a really big fan of sometimes going short unless you really have the numbers there to do it.
Mancini touch was
Oh.
way too heavy. Wrestled to the ground. Free kick goes Bowling Green's way.
I mean, eventually we're going to see Scafari come in maybe the last 10 minutes. At this point in time, I'm probably bringing her back in. But again, if you see this game maybe go 2 extra sessions, you might want to kind of save her legs.
Bowling Green coming forward. One back by Mancini.
It's a great little poke tackle there.
Pole holding up play. Here's Elena Sidwell. She's got pace. Pole
Roll
running
her
up
in.
ahead.
Oh,
Sidwell
you,
didn't roll her in. Might
Rolls
try
that
and
in.
play in Mancini on the other side. Anita Mancini in the box and a fine save at the near post by Cope. It's a Toledo corner.
could have been her second of the afternoon. That was a great little delayed run on that backside there from Anita Mancini. Let's take a look at this again. Just patiently waiting there. Had a lot of open space. Just couldn't get that ball to the far post. Good stuff there from goalkeeper Victoria Cope.
Here we go, Rockets!
Just the second Toledo corner.
Case anyone forgot, BC.
Paradiso has to get this delivery right.
Oh boy.
That'll hang up there.
that's
Echeverry peeled
interesting.
away. Header on. Away by BG.
That's going to go out for a throw in.
Just over 13 minutes left. Pole, kind of a weak shot as she slipped.
See, sometimes those little half chances you get in the first half come back to haunt you
Yeah.
when you don't execute those, and that's the funny part about this game. I mean, it's kind of like, what you see on Friday nights and even some collegiate football games, when you get like third and manageable and you don't get those, especially like deep, you got a punt. and team comes back down and
Yeah.
scores. You get behind the 8 ball.
Settling for field goals when you
Yeah.
need a touchdown.
The story of University of Michigan's whole football season. I think we just actually came up with that theory right there.
I'm sure no one had ever thought of that before.
No. Oh, I think since week 1 probably, right?
Toledo throw in.
And the biggest thing right now I want to see is I think Toledo's kind of starting to assert pressure. Their line's getting a little higher up the pitch at midfield now. They're not trying to play extremely deep. Yeah, I expect this ball to get served right back in the mix. There it is. Oh, good spin off right there from Mancini.
Kraft giving chase too.
Oh,
Kraft kept it in.
Oh,
Mancini tripped up.
for a minute there I was like, he's not going to the spot. No way. He's not clearly out of the box. Wouldn't be the first bizarre thing I've.
Yeah, but you would think it would take a lot more than that to
Yeah.
justify a penalty in a game like this.
Well, yeah. What he is, he's calling a lot of the stuff that's very obvious.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of just obvious fouls. I mean, there's not been any like, oh, wait a second. I thought in the handball there with Paradiso in the first half was questionable, but then the descent probably wasn't.
To Rachel Winters. Burdick won the header, but sent it the wrong direction. Hubert was putting Price under duress. Good last-ditch clearance for a throw-in rather than the corner.
And that's the last thing you want to give BG the corners because they've just done an excellent job with service today. Just have been unable to really put anything in.
Nothing given either way. Jacob fell on the ball. Ray is out of the touchline. Can she get the service right? Kelsey Kraft closed her down. Another throw. Toledo will have everyone behind the ball, or at least parallel to it. Throw goes into the box. Price turned the header behind. Corner.
The good part about right now is Fleek's not on the pitch, a little bit more undersized. Under 10 minutes to go here, and Scafaria back at the line to come back in and finish this thing out.
Perrin came out and missed it. Nobody at the back post, though, for Bowling Green. Abbott was deep. Paradiso with a header almost hopped over her head. She's 5'10". It's not easy to get a bounce that big.
Nope.
Echeverria coming out wide. Backfield for Sidwell. I think they knew it was coming that time.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Price along the deck for Echeverria, right at halfway.
And she wants it back in that tight space.
Pole racing into
Oh,
space.
she's in.
Lovely ball for Mancini.
Oh.
Keeper came out. She was tripped up. Not going to see anything given for that.
Well, again, I think she did a good job of kind of getting that turn, but right away, immediately closed down. Just a little bit behind. We'll see there, Morgan Abbott there to kind of give support.
Free kick.
A little late.
Maureen Kennedy up to take this one. It's been a good game. Will we find that regulation winner? Ball in from Kennedy. Header out by Echeverria. Mancini challenged at the edge of the box. Shot on the turn and fizzes wide.
Well, Mason, we're getting close to your theory of saying we're getting a winner here in regulation.
Well, we'll see.
You know, again, and now it's good to see that Scafaria is back on the pitch. Obviously, Kelsey Kraft doing a really nice job.
Kraft didn't really get forward all that often while she was on, but she did defend from the front awfully well.
It's a really nice job of just kind of causing problems. And it's what you need. She's going to run right through that. That's a great tackle.
Reagan Price unafraid. Back to Cope. Scafaria with plenty of energy, having just come off the bench.
And if there's kids watching this game or kids that are going to watch this game, especially girls that are getting knee injuries and things like that, that's a prime example right there of a player who's really put a lot of work in, who hasn't lost that edge, that competitive edge. Just because something happens to you, you don't need to lose that competitive edge. And she's had 3 knee surgeries, reconstructive, and she's still the player that she probably was when she came in here. It's gotten better.
Sidwell with a chance for the cross.
All kind of stuff that.
Echeverry will try it now. That's blocked.
Took a shot there.
Nikita Jacob, the freshman from Ann Arbor.
Yeah. But again, I mean, that is just what work does. Confidence not going away. An offside position there. As we have to stand outside.
Not what you want in that position to stray offside.
Especially not deep in your final third. If you're going to be offside for a great purpose, maybe a step, but she was a couple yards off, and that's actually not a bad ball there.
Oh, Pole was dispossessed. Good defensive work there by Bowling Green. Topoleski stepped forward, but now is out of position. And Schupach going to go off of Demboski.
Oh, nice
touch from Sidwell.
There.
Echeverry's up ahead. Scafaria is pulled out wide. Mancini, the short option. Reyes headed it away. Price is forward. Cross will hang up there. And Scafaria still dancing with it. Mancini.
Oh!
And Paul at the back post! Toledo leads! The first game all season that Sophie Pohl has had to come off the bench pops up with what might be the winner with 5 minutes left. Toledo on the verge of a home game in the first round of the tournament on Sunday.
Well, I tell you what a ball from Anita Mancini. Take a look at this. Nice little touch. Gets her hip square. Good initial touch from Echeverry. And Sophie Pohl once again in the right place at the right time. I'm going to say this. The goal scorer gets a lot of credit, but what 2 touches there from Mancini to Echeverry. Now, right now, they are close to about 5 minutes and 13 seconds away from really potentially being their first home game since the last time they made the MAC Champion Tournament, where they won the MAC Championship back in 2011.
Sophie Pohl's prize for scoring what could be the winner is to come off the field. Sophia Lewis is back on. She'll offer fresh legs. Pohl had worked so hard in the build-up to the goal. And
I think right now things have kind of changed a little bit. They're going back to a little bit of a, oh boy.
Erica Hubert. It's a good ball for Swindell. Skylar Fleek is an option. There is Fleek in the penalty spot.
Oh boy, she couldn't get her footing around it.
Echeverry, a toe poke out for a Bowling Green throw. 4.5 to play.
And this is right now where it gets really interesting here.
Scafaria giving chase. Leapt to deny the cross. Schupach asking for it. Low cross headed away by Echeverry. Scafaria will run all day. Her injury problems have been well documented. Missed 18 months with hip problems. Toledo throw in.
Right now you're going to see a managing game. Literally maybe drop, maybe it's like a 4-5-1. Maybe just kind of trying to pack the game in, compress it. Really make this BG team have to really be extremely more direct than what they have been all match. That's going to go out for a rocket throw-in. The biggest thing right now is just eat up time.
bashed forward by BG.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be
Fleek
on
the target.
Fleek. And she's not happy about that.
Toledo as a unit done a great job defensively against her.
Yeah. Overall, you know, I think it goes the credit to all 5 players where she's kind of had to lurk out in different areas. I mean, Hubert's been awfully quiet, has been really, really quiet in the second half. Schupak, who was really active, you know, hasn't been as active. I think they've made a lot of adjustments at the break.
That's good stuff from Lewis. Sidwell off the shins of Maureen Kennedy.
It looks like they gave up. You might as well already won.
Reagan Price will come up to take the throw in. Eating up precious seconds.
Yeah, eat up clock. No point. No point. You got all the time in the world. You're leading the game 2-1 with under three to go.
Well, what can Bowling Green build in the last 2 minutes and 8 seconds? Rachel Winters in the middle of the park. Out wide for Reyes, and a good ball to find her. Schupbach created Bowling Green's goal in the first half. Good turn away from Demboski.
Yes.
Kennedy again.
Oh, getting a little bit of space there now.
Nikita Jacob. Hubert. Sidwell for Toledo.
Way to find her, and here's a touch that's going to go wide off for. Ooh.
Maureen Kennedy takes a
Yeah.
knock, and that won't help Bowling Green in terms of time.
No, he's going to eventually try to stop the clock. You're going to see. Well, actually, no, he's not. He's going to stop
Now
it
he
right
will.
here, yeah.
With a minute 25.
I mean, you have to at this point in time, and just kind of give her a little bit of a break here, see if she can get back on the pitch. I mean, obviously with 85 seconds left.
Reagan Price is backpedaled right in front of us. Left it trot back up there to take the throw in. Though with the clock not running, doesn't really do any good.
Well, it's not like international rule where at that point in time the clock would be running. You know, that's a great ball. What a great throw in there, and good move there for Scafari. She's just going to sit in that corner there for a bit. Oh, that's
Dispossessed.
oh, what pressure there! Oh, that's going to be a foul. Oh no. It's gonna be
Toledo throw in. Scafaria getting to her feet down at the corner flag. 1 minute left for the Rockets to hang on.
How about this? Oh man.
Oh, we're having
45 seconds left here, and he's doing a great job, and that ball's going to go out, hit my car for a goal kick.
Bowling Green really having to hurry now. Cope will put it down with 34 seconds.
I hope that ball's still in the parking lot. We're going to use that on Saturday.
Hubert won the header. Echeverry was there.
Oh boy.
A touch back to Cope. Scafaria slipped. Sidwell
Oh, how about
just
that?
hit it to the corner. And that should be enough.
How about this?
7, 6, 5.
And they got every right to celebrate for this. And the UT Rockets are going to host their first MAC tournament game here on Sunday.
Well, a remarkable victory for the Toledo Rockets. The second year in a row they beat Bowling Green by 2-1. Erica Hubert opened the scoring for Bowling Green after 12 minutes. Anita Mancini equalizing with 1 second left in the first half. And Sophie Pohl off the bench today for the first time all season, popping up with a late winner for Toledo. For Francis Stevens and our crew, this is Mason Lowry saying so long from Scott Park. BCSN in HD, brought to you by Dave White Chevrolet. The place to go is Alexis and Monroe. Dave White Chevrolet. This has been a presentation of BCSN, seen only on Buckeye.